Welcome back to Mr. Hassan's Maths channel. I'm now answering a question from a very old paper from May-June 2000 from the IGCSE Cambridge 0580. This is paper 2, variant 2. And this question here is about ratios and is in one of my end of topic worksheets. And a student has asked me to answer this question, so I'll do so. It says, Umar buys one present each for Alex, Bookie, and Chris. The present for Alex costs twice as much as a present for Chris, but only costs 3/4 as much as a present for Bookie. Write down in its simplest form the ratio of the cost of the presents for Alex, Bookie, and Chris. So slightly more complicated than normal, but it's still fine. So let's see if we can deal with this question. So you have Alex, and you have Bookie, and you have Chris, A, B, C. All right, so the present for Alex costs twice as much as a present for Chris. So as they've started with this statements in this way, I'll do the same thing. So basically, Chris is less, his present costs less than Alex's present. So I'm going to put X for Chris's present. Therefore, Alex's present is 2X. It's twice as much as Chris's present. And then it says, but only costs 3/4 as much as a present for Bookie. So they're talking about the present for Alex costs 3/4 as much as a present for Bookie. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to call Bookie's amount Y. And then I'm going to say Alex present, which is 2X in terms of what we've got there, 2X, is equal to 3/4 of the present for Bookie, which I've called Y. This is the cost of the present for Bookie. So I want to write Y in terms of X. I want them all in terms of the same, compared to the same thing. So if I rearrange this to make Y the subject, I'm going to have to multiply by 4 and divide by 3. So Y will be 4 times 2X, which is 8X over 3. So Y I can replace now with 8X over 3. And now I can get rid of the X's. Okay, so I'm left with A, B, C, Alex, Bookie, and Chris as being 2 to 8 over 3 to 1. Okay, now, of course, we've got to write in its simplest form. Simplest form of ratio means there should be no fractions. There should be integers in their simplest form. There should be no common factor, but you can't have any fraction. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply by 3. Every part of the ratio by 3. I'll write that on this side so it's clearer. Multiply every part of this ratio by 3. So I have 2 times 3, which is 6, and 8 over 3 times 3, which is 8, and 1 times 3, which is 3. There's no common factors. That is the answer to part A. I think that's probably what the student had the problem with who asked me this question. But it's a little bit complicated, but just have to keep thinking straight. Just Alex present is twice as much as Chris's, so call Chris's X. Alex will be 2X. And Alex's present is equal to 3/4 of Bookie's present. So let's call Bookie's present Y, cost of his present Y. So 2X equals 3/4 of Y. Express Y in terms of X. Then you've got everything in terms of the same, which is X. We can get rid of the X's. And now we can just simplify the ratio by multiplying every part by the LCM of the denominator, which is 3. Okay, then part B is kind of a standard type of question. Umar spent $21.25, 21.25 altogether on the 3 presents. What was the cost of the present for Bookie? So Bookie's present, okay, so what we can do is we can see how many parts there are altogether. You have 6 plus 8 plus 3. That's going to be 17. And Bookie's present is 8 parts out of the 17. So 8 over 17 times the total cost, 21.25. Okay, that's one way of doing the question. That's perfectly fine. So you have 8 over 17 multiplied by 21.25, which gives you 10. So it's $10. Okay, so there's the answer to part B, $10. Okay, we could also have done this in another way. We could have, for example, said, all right, you've got 17 parts, so the total cost is split up into 17 parts. You have 21.25, okay, which is going, 21.25 divided by 17, which gives us 5 over 4. Okay, 5 over 4. And Bookie has 8 parts out 8 parts, so it's 8 times 5 over 4. That's for one part. 8 parts is going to be 10. That's another way of getting the answer. And that concludes this question. So it's a bit tricky, that for part A, but it's, you know, something you have to just think clearly and you should be fine. Okay, so I hope that was understood. This is one of the questions from the end of the topic worksheet on ratio and proportion for my IGCSE material. So I hope that was clear. Thank you for watching. And well, before I do that, other questions from this particular paper, if they get asked, will be in the playlist over here. Other questions from the topic of ratios and proportion from IGCSE can be found in this playlist over here for my Cambridge IGCSE material. And in this link here, you will find a link to subscribe to my channel. And on this link, you will find the video. In fact, in this link here, you will find the worksheet that this question is from. Other questions from that worksheet, I will put the videos in this playlist when they are asked. Okay, so you'll find the answers to the questions from the worksheet that this is from, which is the ratio and proportion worksheet. If you look at that video, other questions will be collated in that. And the card at the top will take you to a video which shows you how to use my channel to find the things that you are interested in, maybe in my channel easily. Thank you for watching and see you soon.